19 Lancaster Archery Classic. Let's hear from Rob here.
Classic stage. Our next division is Youth Male Open. Tyler Heritage and Holt Albertson. Bring it up, bring it up. Okay, Tyler, you were the third place qualifier. You choose to shoot left or right? Left and first or second. Okay, Tyler will shoot from the left stage and he will shoot first. Holt will shoot second from the right stage. Both of these fine young men are members of the Lancaster Archery Joad. Heather works with both of them. Tyler Heritage also works with Griv, George Riles, and the Hornets down in Georgia. Both of them are very, very good friends, along with our son.
All right, so we're here at the True Ball Excel Black Eagle Hall. This is PJ Riley. I'm sitting here with well-known pro Tim Gillingham, who's going to give us our expert opinions here. Tim, thanks for joining us.
How you doing, PJ?
I'm all right. We're going to jump right in here to Youth Male Open. As Rob mentioned, Holt Abernathy and Tyler Heritage. I know both of these kids really well, see them all the time. They're great archers.
It's the 10-foot tall and bulletproof division, right?
That's right.
I remember when I was that age. I mean, it was like 12 hours a day, you know. No worries in the world.
You're just down there shooting your bow.
Haven't started paying bills yet.
In all seriousness, no, how do you think they're feeling right now?
You know, if they've made it this far, they're probably feeling pretty confident. You know, everybody's a little different, I guess. You know, just you'll be able to watch their demeanor. And this guy here looks like he's shaking a little bit. So
he was shaking pretty good there.
Some people are just wired for this, and some people aren't. You know,
is that right?
And some people like have to fight through it. Sometimes you just wake up on the right side of the bed.
Yeah. Oh, that's dead center there.
They look like they're both feeling a little bit, though. I imagine this is pretty, you know, you get up there on that stage for your first time, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Well, Holt came in, he qualified 20th with his score and shot his way up to 4th, so he...
Well, you know, sometimes that's an advantage. Just look at Jack, just won. He went through everybody, so he's really warmed up and flowing and got his confidence from beating all those guys. You know, I won this many years ago, and you know, I really, when I got here, didn't have any preconceived notions of winning, and I actually went and played poker all night. So I woke up kind of in a dull sense, you know, but it was funny. I just had this like tunnel vision. It was the weirdest thing ever, and I had to go through everybody. I was seated like 32.
No kidding.
So.
You need to recreate that somehow.
Yeah, if you could box that stuff up, it'd be worth $1 million.
So Tyler Heritage, he came in, he qualified 6th. He shot a 644 in qualifications.
Yeah.
He's been on the stage a bunch.
Sure.
He's a real good kid. I expect to see him in the pro divisions before too long.
Yeah, well, you know, they just, you know, I remember when I was that age, you know, it was just, you did it just for pure love of the game. What else, you know, would you want to do, you know, and it was a lot of fun, you know. Now I'm close to 50 and got aches and pains every morning, and it gets a little bit harder to drive so hard, you know. You just want to sit on the couch and watch a movie with the wife, you know.
So Holt's going into the second end with a 32-30 lead over Tyler.
Sure.
Let's see what they can do here.
Just looks like they're probably settling in on their nerves a little bit.
Got that overhead shot to look at them. Tyler's up, there's the door open.
He looked real confident on that shot.
Yeah.
Shot fired real fast, you know. That's usually a good sign.
Yeah. Now that one was close. What do you think? 27, you think that one made it? Tyler's top arrow?
God, no.
That's tight. Nope. He had a big hinge there. Dropped out into the 9, Tyler did. Another 9.
Well, you know, they're obviously both feeling it. You know, the best thing in this scenario really is to try and, in my opinion, is not to look at your competitor's target. You know,
Is that right?
It's hard because they're giving you feedback. You know what's going on.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, whenever I'm in like, whenever I'm trying to go head to head with somebody, I'd really try to stay focused on my lane. I don't want to know what's going on. And a lot of times when you're up there on the stage or in an ASA shoot-off, it's like there's this dual roar behind you, and everybody thinks you got all this attention on you. But it's, for me personally, I really don't even feel it.
You can block it out.
As I block it out, it's just like this dual roar behind me.
How about that? Well, we saw in the last match, or 2 matches ago with Casey Caulfield in gold medal, her opponent was giving her opportunities, shooting 9s, and then Casey would match and shoot a 9. You know, just if you do that and you're behind, you're just not going to catch up.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here at Holt's shot. There, he's shaking there.
He's shaking, and you know it's tough. It can get to you too if you're not familiar with that feeling. You know, I used to get really bad in some of the feeder matches and stuff, and to the point where I was actually fearing that feeling, and it just get worse. So you have to learn how to understand that it's gonna come, and you gotta develop a plan to shoot through it.
Right,
okay?
right.
Because it'll be your enemy if you fear it.
Well, Tyler gained back 1, so we're at 61-60 in favor of Holt Albertson, excuse me.
Well, that's got to be. It's got to be a pretty comfortable feeling there.
Yeah.
But anything can happen.
Yeah, look at that handshake.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling it pretty good. That's tough to shoot under when you're feeling like that. It really is. You just
Right. If you look at Tyler, he looks so much more comfortable.
That's where a heavy stabilizer setup, you know, and trying to, you know, when I went to see Lanny Basham, he talks about tournament practice. You know, when you get to that point, you got to figure out what's going to work under pressure.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit there. He'll just have to learn from it and regroup and come back.
I'm sure this is a great experience for him.
Yep.
Just to get the chance, give him a taste of it now. He'll really bear down.
Yeah, they're both, you know, feeling it pretty good. But you know, when you have a 5-point lead going into, you know, the final match here, it's gonna make Tyler be able to relax a little bit.
Yeah. It was an 11.
You'll probably see him coming to this last match and shoot real solid now.
That's what I'm gonna imagine.
And they'll both probably relax because Holt will probably realize that, you know, it's probably over now. You know, somehow archery gets real easy just as soon as you shoot yourself out of it. A terrible feeling, but
that's a good point.
Good thing there's lots of tournaments, right?
I have noticed that. Just like you said, as soon as you mess up, it's like, oh, well. And then all of a sudden, bam, 11, 11, 11.
Yeah. You know, so you just have to realize it's really 100% mental. And George and I was talking a little bit about, Riles were talking in a podcast yesterday with.
Let's take a look at Tyler's shot here. Yeah, he just looks solid. Little shake, but not bad.
Look at that anchor point. He's got that Jesse Broadwater anchor point. I love that, where nothing's contacting, just the nose on the anchor point.
Yeah,
that's, to me, the perfect anchor point. You know, you have no influence of the face.
Right.
Actually, you know, quite a few years ago, we were struggling with some inconsistencies and left tears, and that's what it was caused by, is that face contact. And I just adopted Jesse's anchor point like that, and it worked really well. You see that, how he's got very little contact?
Yeah. He yanked that one after the shot pretty good.
Yeah, it went a little fast on him, I think.
So it's
notice he's relaxed a little bit now. It's really easy to get up there and get overwhelmed and just forget everything.
I can't even imagine. Yeah. He gave a good, confident arrow twirl after that one. So.
You know, and it may sound real cliche, but you know, you really have to experience failure before you really appreciate the success and will work hard to get there. It's got to mean something to you, right?
Right. Well, Tyler did what he needed to do.
Yep, he finished it
Last
out.
2 arrows.
Well, hopefully he can settle down for the next match, because it's going to get harder from here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So there is some advantage to, you know, running through all those competitors. You do start to relax. You do start to realize.
Let's hear Rob.
Okay. You take home 4th place and $350 for your weekend. And you did have a great weekend. Fought like heck to get up here on the stage through all the matches, through the qualification round. You've had one of your best weekends of shooting I think you've ever had, and congratulations for that. Let's give Holt Albertson a hand. First time up to the Lancaster Archery stage. I'm sure we'll see you again next year. Okay, our next competitor, Zachary Harris. Zachary Harris. Zach went in seeded just 16th in the qualification round, but shot his way up in the eliminations. Zach chooses right, and do you want to shoot first or second, Zach? Second. Chooses to shoot second.
All right, we're back here with Zack Harris now coming onto the stage to take on Tyler Heritage. Holt, I apologize for calling you Holt Abernathy. Holt Albertson was our last competitor there. But yeah, so Zach here, he comes from George Riles Archery Learning Center. I mean, they do some serious compound training down there.
George is really good at, you know, especially this indoor venue. He's really good at teaching these kids and, you know, getting them, you know, working a good shot routine. You know, there's a lot of information in archery, you know, where these kids can get from, you know, just starting to very proficient in a short period of time nowadays.
I've seen some of his, I mean, George, he actually recreates this as best he can.
Sure.
They turn the lights down, they shoot on the stage, and they have head-to-head matches. Tyler comes out with a center 11.
Zach's a big, strong kid.
Yeah.
Looks like he looks like he's handling the pressure quite well. He's one of them nice type B personalities, real relaxed. Tyler looks like he's still a little bit nervous, but his first arrow looked really good.
That's a long hold for him.
Yep, he nailed it though. I got a 10, so. Look at Zach here. He's shaking a little bit too.
Hey, he shook the right way there.
Yeah. Yep. You just got to learn to relax and keep long. When you get nervous, what happens is your body starts to collapse. You know, you lose muscular strength and you start to collapse, and your body's first instinct is they want to get rid of that feeling, and you have to learn to slow down when you start to get that feeling.
Gotcha. Took an 11 there, yeah.
I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I definitely get nervous, and I have to, you know.
I have a feeling they may change Zach's score there. They're going to look at that top arrow.
Uh-huh.
He had one. There she goes.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, she didn't look at it long.
Yeah, well, you got to.
Oh, there she goes.
You have a 20. If they're shooting 27s, I mean,
It should be in.
You can go to the out. You can go outside the actual 10 line and still be
Right.
in. So that looks to be in to me. Unless he's running a smaller arrow. I don't know what is he shooting there.
I couldn't see.
That might be a 23 actually.
Just a shot here from Zach. Nice, comfortable.
Yeah, he doesn't look to be too rattled.
Yeah. So we'll get a judge here. Will determine.
All right, so yeah, Zach got all three of them.
Yep.
Pretty stout for your first round out.
Absolutely. Coming in hot, so putting the pressure on Tyler. We've got a 2-point lead.
Yep.
Zach Harris, 33-31 to Tyler.
Well, some guys react a little different. Some guys get more nervous when they're holding the lead. Some guys tend to perform better when they're behind. So let's see what Tyler's got here. He's not really shaking. He's looks like a settled down. Got that new Hamsky Trinity rest on there. That's really a nice rest they come out with this year.
Yes, that one is a super one. I didn't see if he got it personalized, if his name was on it.
Yeah.
That's something new they added this year.
First one's dead center. They both got 11s. It's got Beestinger competitive stabilizers on there.
Yep, he does got his name right
True
there.
ball size. Yep. You got a 10 there, so he's going to have to tighten up. Hope Zach leaves a little bit open for him. Yeah.
Matching him there, okay.
That's frustrating when you can't capitalize on another guy's mistakes, you know. Well, he shot that one real quick and confident. He's like, I got to get this.
Yeah. When he holds long, bad things happen sometimes.
Well, he got 1 point back there, so now we have a 1 point game, you know. Yeah, I just remember the year I won, you know, there's certain points in the matches that you just tried to get the arrow off first and put the pressure, you know.
All right, let's hear from Ralph.
Do you think that helps you on the competition line under pressure like this?
Yeah, it helps a lot, but I don't really know how to answer this. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it just keeps me stronger in the shot, and it makes it easier.
Well, we know, Tyler, you're one of the hardest working kids out there at this, from your physical conditioning, your dieting, your training with the bow, your technical abilities, and you know, no one's going to outwork you, and we know that. Zach, looks like you've got a 1 point lead, 64-63. Chooses to shoot second.
That's kind of different there. Some people like to follow and they like to see what they have to do. Me personally, I like to put the pressure on the other guy.
Absolutely.
It's an interesting choice.
11.
Tyler seems to be settling in here and feeling like he's got a shot. We got us a tie ball game.
There it is. Made it back.
Just watch his demeanor. It's completely changed. See that?
Yeah.
See that focus? He's grooving now. You can see that.
He's confident.
Yep. Yeah, you can look for him to just keep that going. The pressure's back on Zach here.
Ooh, he's matching it. Let's see a 33.
Yeah, all that shaking's gone. He's shooting real confident now. See that?
There it is.
It just shows on his target, too. Just
Yep.
bang, bang, bang. Never even hesitated.
Oh, there we go.
Good deal.
Good way to come into a tie.
Now, there's so much good equipment on the market today. I mean, just look at the stuff these guys are shooting, you know. The stuff we grew up with is, you know.
You work, of course, with Bee Stinger and Gold Tip and Zach out there, or excuse. Tyler, of course, is running the Bee Stinger stabilizers there.
Yeah, looks like I noticed that Zach was shooting one of the Hamsky Insight peeps. I mean, that thing's a really neat product, you know. Initially, you know, I discovered in 3D, we were getting left and rights, and it's always been one of those things you get left and rights in different lighting with clarifiers. And
let's take a replay of Tyler's shot there. That's one of those. It's his third shot, of course, as you mentioned. He's looking confident. Zach
looked like he was
inside
had a little more
out.
nerves there, yeah.
So Tyler's hat, he's wearing Team Hornet Power. Of course, that's the name, the Hornets. That's Griv's team at the Archery Learning Center. So he and Zach, I'm sure, are very good friends.
Zach's got the pressure on him now. Looks like Tyler's figured out how to get it done now.
Man, Zach,
Looks like we got
they're
a horse
both
race.
pounding.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a shoot-off. Let's see a tiebreaker.
Uh-oh. You never want to leave the door open indoor. There just is so little room for error.
Wow.
Now Zach's got that 1 point lead going
Good
in here,
shooting.
so he's got to hit this one just to give himself a chance.
It's that long hold.
Yep.
Yep.
Obviously, he started feeling it a little
Yeah.
bit. So all we need is a 10 here for the win. So
There
he
it
took
is.
11, took it out. So
Took it
Zack
all the way
Harris
to the end.
Yep. Zack Harris is your winner. Yep. Good deal.
Tyler, that was an awesome run. You back and forth, tie. Incredibly exciting. How are you feeling now?
I feel pretty good. I tried my best. I'm happy with it.
Yep, you put on a heck of a show. Take home third place and $600. Tyler Heritage, you're going to see more of him. Congratulations, Tyler. Zack Harris, congratulations. You get to shoot another match. You hung in there tough. That was incredible. How are you feeling now?
Pretty nervous, but just trying to shoot the bow. So
That's the name of the game. Just shoot your bow. Trust the process. Okay, our number 1 qualifier, our number 1 seed was Trevor Silverson. Trevor Silverson. Trevor, do you choose right or left? Left? And first or second? First. Trevor will lead off. Shoot first.
All right, Trevor Silverson coming in there. He's another one of Griff's students. See him shooting with these guys a lot.
Only missed 3 X's in the last match. Now we've got Trevor coming in.
Said he only, we're listening to Chuck here, he said he only missed 3 X's in the last match. Zach did, so Trevor's got his work cut out for him. But
Sure.
So how would you feel coming in at this point? Zach, obviously, he's been up there. He's got to work some nerves out. What do you do if you're Trevor?
Well, you just, like they said, you trust the process. You have to have a process. If you're not concentrating and keeping your conscious mind occupied, it's going to get you in this type of scenario. So, you know, there's just like golfers, they have little things that they key on in their form and just let it happen. Boy, he looks calm, doesn't he?
He does look pretty good.
Well, he's got a little bit shake to him,
11.
but not as much as the other two when they started, you know.
Right. Let's see what Zach, if he can keep it rolling.
Yeah, very good. Zach looks to be calmed down a little bit. Yeah, they're trembling a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch some of the guys over the careers that you just never see that in them at all, like Jesse or Mike
Yeah,
Slosser. We were at Neems last week, and it's the first time I ever seen a couple of those guys shake, and I was like, whoa, they're human.
Yeah, sometimes Mike does not look human at all. He's our number 1 qualifier, Open Pro, of course, so we'll see him later today. Trevor with a 32 working there.
Yeah, that's a good start for him, I think.
Yeah.
But obviously, Zach looks like he's
33.
regained his composure, and he's
That's
not
all you
gonna
can
let
do.
up.
Okay, Trevor, let's get to know you a little bit. Where are you from and how old are you?
Michigan, I'm 17.
Very nice. Let's give Trevor a hand. From Michigan. Trevor is running with an elite, which model is that? That's the Echelon? Very good. And a CBE sight. Is that, what scope is that?
I'm not entirely sure. It's just the bigger.
Okay, it's a CBE. Yeah, CBE with a large dot in it. Trophy taker rest, running bee stinger bars. And what release?
True Ball HT.
Very good, true ball release. Okay, very well done. Welcome to the Lancaster Archery stage. Great opening in. Looks like we've got a 33,
No, they said
32 match.
Going to take a look here at Trevor's shot. Found the X. Trembling or not, he got it
he's
in
got
there.
that flat expression on his face. Like
Yeah.
It's the typical great indoor shooter expression. But a lot of good shooters coming out of Michigan, where he's from. There's a good archery community up there.
Absolutely. The B's, Chris and Emily B. They're from Michigan. Yeah, there's.
They got a lot of winter, so they turned to 10 out a bunch of good indoor shooters, right?
That's all they got to do up there.
He drained that one. Solid.
Good shot.
Zach looks pretty strong here now. Zach looks like he's got it going on.
Yeah, look at
now.
that hole he's got working. He's almost up to fletchings on that.
Yeah. He's a big kid, man.
A lot of power.
Kinetic energy. Looks like he's shooting through his nerves really well.
Yeah. He's taking it.
Zach,
Probably trained it out.
Zach looks like he's shed all his. He's not nervous at all now.
No, he's just, that same hole on both of his shots.
Yep. Yeah, we just watch his elbow. That's the first thing you look at a guy. If you can tell if he's nervous, is his elbow. You can tell he just trembling a little bit. That'll be the first place you see it.
He gave that one a little English.
Hey, but he
Twisted
got
it
it.
in there.
English is a part of indoor archery.
For sure.
I know that better than anybody. Well, that was a very, very solid round
Yeah,
by
for
both
sure.
of them. You know, Zach seems to be really like
Well,
lost his nerves.
Yeah, his shots are coming fast now, so you know he's getting on there and he's making his shot.
Yeah, you can kind of see the confidence in his face.
Sure.
That's exactly it. It's what you want out of your equipment. Make it land in the middle.
Zachary, you got the best arrow swirl in the business, bud. You and Tyler both, you guys were up there with a couple of gunfighters.
All right, so we are in the practice range here, taking a look at the next competitors for the men's open division. Now, Tim, this is our biggest division. There was over 300 and some shooters in men's open. So
The guy we're looking at here, I think it's Jason Goikin. He won the indoor nationals last year, I believe, in men's open.
that's if you win that one, that's a big win because you
Yeah.
beat a lot of good archers.
Yeah, there's a lot of good archers in here. Several of my guys, I think, I run the staff at Gold Tip. I think the top 4 guys are all shooters that I have. So
Is that right? Well,
we should have a good battle there.
that's going to be a good one for sure. But back to this one first. We got a tight match, 1-point lead for Zachary Harris, who's perfect so far, 33-33.
Yeah, this kid's handling the pressure really good. This first time I've seen a lot of these guys shoot, really.
Yeah,
It's hard to keep track of all the new guys coming into the sport.
there's a big bunch of young kids that are real good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Zach's rattled at all now. He could clean this thing all the way out.
I'd like to see that. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be. Tough thing to do.
Trevor Holt. You got it. Inside out on that one. Let's see how fast Zach shoots this one. Yeah,
He's just super confident right now. He's just,
his released hand's
if
coming
I had to
back
put
nice.
my money on anybody, it'd probably be Zach right now. But he's still trembling a little bit. But he seems to be working right through it. Like he's got, you know, you can see, you know, you look at his face and his eyes, his focus is just like laser beam focus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
He's working on it for sure. That's that same hole. I mean,
yeah, he's just flowing now. So once a guy
Perfect
gets that
hands.
flow going, it's just like it's easy. This game is not it's not difficult. You know?
Right.
Just how to allow yourself to be successful.
I mean, anybody who's shooting target archery, no matter what level, you know you get to that spot where it's just, oh, that was a bullseye, bullseye, bullseye. Everybody feels it. It's just, you got to get it to happen at the right time.
Yep.
Here on the big stage.
Yeah, George does a good job at teaching these guys to develop a really consistent shot and learn to trust it, you know. And
Yeah.
it's real easy to get in the mode of trying not to miss instead of trying to hit something and you lose your focus. And I know that's
Right.
always been a little bit of an issue of mine indoors. And it's so overwhelming to know that if I miss one, I'm at risk.
Yeah.
You know, even worse in a couple weeks at Vegas, you miss one, you're out.
You're out.
Yeah.
That's painful.
And it's mentally just taxing.
So Zach, 1-point lead, 99-98. He is perfect in this match.
That's
I mean,
pretty impressive. That's
there's
super
nothing more you
impressive.
can do.
Yeah, we won't see that a lot today.
This is shooting good enough. I mean, they could shoot with the pros shooting like this.
No problem at all. You'll see that out of the next crew too.
Ooh, I think he got it.
Oh yeah, that's solid.
That should be in.
Looks to me he's shooting. Look, is he shooting 23s?
I think he might be.
Boy, Trevor's
Pulled that
solid.
one. Yeah.
Trevor is solid.
23, of course, being 23/64
I
diameter.
think this is the guy that I got training with Bob Eiler, you know, and that crew up in that. There's a really good bunch of shooters up in that area.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like the guys in Montana, you see a bunch of good shooters coming out of there because they're, you know, competing against each other all the time.
Right. There it is.
That's awesome. I mean, when a guy can shoot through the nerves, as he's obviously feeling, I mean, you can see him shaking a little bit. But he's firing right through it.
You can overcome it.
That's perfect round by Zack Harris. An absolute perfect round. I mean, what can you say? You know, there's times, you know, you're Trevor, you shot awesome, man. You missed 1 point.
1x.
1x. You just have to shake the guy's hand. He beat you.
Yeah, right.
You know, all you can ask for is that you don't beat yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And in this case, you know, you just have to shake the hand of the guy that just, you know,
Shot a perfect score.
a perfect score. That's pretty impressive.
She's taking a look at that one.
Oh, I don't know how that could possibly be out.
Man, if it's out, we're looking at a tiebreaker.
I don't think, if it's a 23, you can see line on the, you know, it's inside out. It has to be. I mean, I would.
She's
of course,
looking
I'm
at both sides now. Yeah.
I'm not the judge, but
Boy, that's close.
I don't know how that could possibly be out.
It even looks like the line's creased.
Yeah.
But she wants to make sure, so she's going to look at it.
I've seen crazier things happen.
So I see they're calling back now. So,
Oh, she
Wait.
called it out?
We'll have the official come in and explain exactly how the shootout procedure will work.
wait. Oh, it is a tie. She did take it away from him.
For score. If it's still tied, we'll shoot a second arrow, which will also be scored for score. If that's still tied, we'll shoot a third arrow, which will be measured closest to the center. 1 arrow at a time. You have choice first or second. You'll shoot second. You will shoot first. So you have 1 arrow, and then we'll hold.
Thank you, Frank Everin. Let's give it up for Frank Everin.
So they did take that point away from Zach, and we got a tie match shoot-off.
I guess she had the magnifying glass.
So how do you feel now, Zach? You're thinking you won it, and now you're shooting again.
Well, I mean, that's the game. It's a game of hairs, you know, sometimes.
That's crazy.
You just got to keep persevering and hoping, just like, you know, Benton Christensen won.
Yeah, exactly. Shot his way through the field.
Yeah. Capitalized on Keith's 9 in the last arrow. That one's just dead.
Wow.
Center.
That's
You
as
know, I
good
would
as it
say,
gets.
you know, the pressure's on Zach here. He thought he had it, and then
Yeah,
now he's got to re-earn it.
just needs an 11.
He's looking pretty
got it.
solid, though. He was
Yeah.
pretty solid there.
He got it. We're going to go to a second arrow. Here's the judge, just to make it official. Yep, she calls it a tie.
Trevor, he couldn't wait to get started on that second arrow. Like, he seemed like he's just all business.
He's just running through an end.
It's like
Yeah, I got 3 arrows. Let's shoot
He
'em.
got a new lease on life there, and he's like, I'm doing this.
Great shooting from these young guys.
That's pretty amazing.
This
yeah.
is 11 to 17 bracket. These kids both look like they're probably at the top of that bracket.
Sure.
Made it.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a 1 arrow shoot off here.
Let's see what Zach can do. 11 to move on.
Pretty solid.
Oh, just high.
No. That's a match. So you see how
Trevor
things can change like in a
Yeah.
split second.
Trevor takes it in the tiebreaker.
Zach, you were nearly perfect the whole way through there, man. You had a heck of a run. You take home second place, $1,000 for your weekend. Congratulations. What are your thoughts now?
It's going to be a long car ride home.
Come on. How many people would love to have been able to be up on this stage and have the opportunity to shoot against Trevor and take home $1,000 in a second place? You were nearly perfect right up to the end. You got to remember all the good shots, man. You killed it. You put on a heck of a show. Congratulations. Let's hear it for him. Zachary Harris. I'm sure we'll see you again. Congratulations. Okay, our first place champion, $2,000 for the weekend. Congratulations, Trevor Silverson. Great shooting, awesome show. Will you be out at Vegas? What are your plans for the rest of the year?
I do plan to shoot Vegas for the first time this year, so I'm very excited for that. I'm also excited just to be back here next year. You do a great job at this shoot every year. I love this type of stuff. Like I said, I love shooting the spots and head-to-head competitions, and the fact that you've made this national and well-recognized thing is it's a great opportunity, and I have a great time, and I just wanted to say thank you, man.
Well, thank you so much. Let's hear it for Trevor. Congratulations.
So Trevor Silverson is the 2019 Lancaster Archery Classic Youth Male Open Champion. In a shoot-off, we're seeing some of the replays. Tim, we thank you for sitting in. Appreciate your expertise.
Anytime.
We're going to take a commercial break here, and we're going to come right back with the Male Open Division Finals.
Vince Lombardi once said, "Winning is not a sometime thing. It's an all-time thing. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time." Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. I've learned in my career I'm only as good as the tools I use.
12 for Levi Morgan.
One chance, one moment, one shot.
We don't build these bows to be different. We build them to be better. We're the outsiders, the mavericks, the fearless. We forge our own path. We're not chasing anyone, but we know what they're running from. It's an obsession, and the obsessed never rest.